Well, I thought, well, since I'm waiting on wax to dry, I just was to go ahead and shoot a little video. You know, you just sitting here twiddling your thumbs. Have you ever had this right here to happen? This picture showed up on my Facebook page, Mr. Jeff the Custodian's Facebook page, and I thought, man, that looks like something so familiar that I've had to deal with before, is a wax buildup. You know, you get these buildings sometimes, or you get these schools, and if you've been transferred, you've been moved, and it's something that you haven't been taking care of yourself, and you don't know what's been done to those floors. Well, when it gets time to strip the floors and you put chemical down and it starts doing what it's supposed to do, and then you realize that you have a huge buildup on these floors where they haven't been properly stripped before, or they have just top scrubbed and put many coats of wax on, or they stripped them and they went ahead and put many coats of wax on. And then you just have this huge buildup problem, and then you got something that you've got to deal with. Well, due to my ignorance, I'm type person, as a man, I guess, as a problem solver, try to fix things. And I just thought, well, maybe stronger is better. Well, what I thought was stronger was better, but it actually was not stronger. So my first thing that I tried was one time, many years ago, was, well, we're just gonna put some straight stripper down on the floor and see how that helps cut it, because it's gotta be stronger because it's coming right out of the bucket, because if you put water with it, it's gotta be weaker. Well, that was a wrong thing to do. Didn't realize that it takes water to activate and to get that stripper to do what it's supposed to do. So when I thought, well, what if you put just a little water and not as much, water, and more stripper? That wasn't the case either. Still was not doing what it needed to do. So, reading the label on the bucket and doing exactly what it says, the 6-to-1 ratio, it did what it was supposed to do. But there again, we had a buildup of many layers of wax and dirt on the floor. And it turned into kind of like slime and putty. Our black pads on our machines were stopping up, clogging up. We were continuously changing pads, washing pads, and trying to keep the process going. Well, then we discovered something that really helped, and that was a brush that we put on our slow speed. It was designed to scrub floors. It didn't clog up, but there again, we had that sludge that was just smearing around on the floor. And if you didn't keep it wet and it re-dried to the floor, you really had a problem. So we just had to learn to be patient, work smaller areas at a time, mix the stripper correctly, use the brush, use the black pads, keep them washed out, and scrapers. We actually one time lined just regular 4-legged classroom chairs. We got in a row, we got us a 5-gallon bucket and a hand dustpan, and we scraped. Slid across that floor in those chairs, and we scraped everything up, and we put it in a dustpan and put it in a bucket. That's how bad. I mean, it was just like going to the store and buying your kids, or when you was a kid, a bucket of slime. But I don't suggest playing with this slime, it'll hurt you. But anyway, I have run across that problem before. Had to strip some rooms more than once, sometimes 2-3 times. But when we really had that heavy buildup, when we scraped it off with the razor blades and everything, we reapplied stripper. We went in there with a slow speed and then picked it up and rinsed, and then we had a good clean floor. Then we was able to maintain those floors like, we know how to do. But you run across those problems at times. So I just thought I would shoot this quick video because I have comments and stuff that come in a lot with questions like this. And everything that I've said here, it's just my experience and my opinion. If you have things that have worked for you and you would like to share that in the comments below, just share those. Remember, we have a Facebook page, Mr. Jeff the Custodian, and I kind of communicate that way as well. Every time I post a video, I pop a link on there. So I hope you enjoy the channel. I hope you get things out of this. You know, I have a lot of new guys come on here and they tell me, you know, I'm just getting hired, and I remember what that was like. Didn't know anything, and you're searching for information, and that's the reason I started this channel. So I'm gonna go put a coat of wax on. It's Friday, and where I work on Fridays, we work half days. I'm fixing to go to the house here in a little bit. See ya.